I don't know how it's been 2 weeks since I said I'd do this video, and I'm just now getting around to recording it. I should probably get the questions. Ready. Hello and welcome. It's Misha Amy, the crafty Kyla. I really need to turn off autoplay on my YouTube. Hello and welcome. It's Misha Amy, the crafty Kyla, and today I'm going to answer some questions, give a little bit of an update, and also just have a catch up. I feel like I haven't actually put out any content since the Curious Cures video, and that was 2 weeks ago somehow. 2 weeks have passed. Time isn't real anyway, so that's okay. But yeah, I have been busy. I'm always busy, but I've been very busy trying to catch up on everything because I was sick for those 2 weeks, and then I was recovering for another week after that, just trying to get energy levels back. So yeah, I had to produce a podcast for college, which is done, thankfully, and I'm still working on my thesis proposal, which is due in 3 days. Three and a half days. So yeah, it's due the same day I get to go to My Chemical Romance. So I need to get it done before I go to My Chemical Romance, because I'm not going to My Chemical Romance. But I've also been working on a lot of other things in the background. I launched the Ko-fi memberships, which I mentioned in the last video. I've been working on some of the art prints for that. I've been trying to get information together to batch content so I can actually have content coming out as I'm on holidays for 2 weeks. So I'm going on holidays for 2 weeks in a few weeks. So I need to do a lot of prep for that as well. So there's a lot of work going on behind the scenes, but I'm not actually producing any content. Right now I need to focus on getting my college work out of the way, because obviously that is a priority. Even though I'm procrastinating a lot, it is a priority. But the point of this video was to give an update and to celebrate the milestone of hitting 1,000 subscribers on the channel. So yay! I haven't done any huge celebrating yet about that. I'm so grateful to everybody who subscribes, who likes the content, who engages with the content. We're nearing 1,200 subscribers now, so that's just great. Thank you to everybody who's bought me a coffee, for the people who've bought several coffees, for the people who has so far joined up to the memberships on Ko-fi as well. I have art prints ready to go out. They're being posted in the next couple of days, so they should be with you. I know the people in Ireland that are getting them will get them within a couple of days because of normal postage, but for the people in the States it might take a week or maybe more to get there. I don't know. So I've been being creative in the background, just haven't been super active on YouTube as of late. But there is quality content coming. I have a lot of ideas for content. It's just getting around to the act of sitting down, recording a video, and then the editing process and the subtitles and all of that. That takes a while. It is helped by very good software, but it does take a while, and it takes time to sit down and concentration, and I haven't had a lot of that since I've been sick, so it's just taking a while to get back to things. But if you do follow me on other social media channels, particularly on Instagram and on Facebook, I do put up updates there so you can kind of see what's going on behind the scenes. And also I have been posting more on my Ko-fi. And also I'm trying to get back into TikTok. I wouldn't say regularly. I do rant a lot on TikTok, and I do a lot of I just do a lot of scrolling on TikTok, and yeah, but I can do a bit of ranting. I'm trying to get back into TikTok as well. I'm not great at posting regularly on TikTok because I don't like posting without being able to do the captions, but I also find it very difficult to actually do the captions for TikTok. I really wish they'd just give us captions for TikTok in Ireland. I just don't post a lot on it because I can't do the captions. So I need to just figure out how to do that better. But that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is to answer questions. So I put a call out in the community tab on the YouTube channel and also on Instagram for some questions. So I got a couple of questions, and then I'm going to answer a couple more questions that I get asked all the time. So the first question I'm going to answer is from LB, and LB answered, and LB asked, what is a craft or skill that you'd really like to learn but haven't gotten to try yet? There's so many. There's honestly just so many. I really would love to do woodworking. I have done woodworking. I did like 8 weeks of woodworking in transition year in school, in secondary school. But we didn't, like, we just did the basics, like the very, very basics of woodworking. So I would really like to do that. But what my next skill or craft that I have on my agenda is to learn how to make Irish lace. So Irish lace is something that I did mention in the video where I was talking about wedding traditions and wedding customs. But Irish lace is a very fine craft. It's a textile craft. It's like teeny crochet, like teeny crochet. And I do crochet. So the next step is like teeny crochet. So Irish lace is something I'm gonna try soon. I probably will document that. But I do really want to try teeny tiny crochet and make Irish lace. Another craft that I'm trying to break into as well is, would you call it a craft? I suppose it is a craft. It's clothes making, dressmaking. So I have a lot of projects that I want to do. I'm quite good at sewing. Like I can hand sew, and I can also use the machine. I know how to use a machine, because I learned that in school. So that's actually something I haven't done yet. I have done that. I just really want to get back into it. I really want to make a quilt. I want to do the quilting and do the squares and have everything be geometric and pretty. So I do want to do that as well. But Irish lace is something that I've never tried, but I really want to try. In terms of skills, then I would really like to properly learn how to forage, like wild foraging. And actually, Lucy O'Hagan, who does Airmid's journal, I don't know if, did I mention it? I was published in Airmid's journal recently in their last issue number 4, which was the spring equinox issue, and I did a little article on Irish craft tradition, so I will link that in the description below, and I think I posted it on the community channel at the time, or the community tab on the channel at the time, and I also posted it on Instagram. But Lucy edits and writes in Airmid's journal, but Lucy has a YouTube channel where she has a bunch of videos up on foraging, and she runs workshops and stuff. So I really would love to go to one of those weekend workshops or week-long workshops and learn how to forage as a skill, because I think that's a really it's a really good skill to have, and it's a really important skill to have as well. So thank you for the question, LB. That was a really good question. When I saw that come in, I was like, that's a really good question. The next question I have is from Sean. So Sean asks, which is your favourite of the solar festivals, and is there any reason why? This one's a really hard question. It's like a really hard question. So the 4 solar festivals, so I've done a video on all of them now. So you have Imbolc, Bealtaine, Lunasa and Samhain. And I think I would have to say Samhain, honestly. Because Samhain and Halloween, and Irish Halloween, specifically, not the commercialized, like kind of Americified version of Halloween, but Halloween has always been my favorite holiday, even I think more than like the holidays at like Christmas, and like getting presents. Like Halloween, I just love Halloween. I love all the associations with it. Yeah, I love the games. I love the folklore, the storytelling, the dressing up, the bonfires. I just love Samhain. Samhain is great. So that would be, I think that's my favorite. Lunasa would be a close second because I really like Lunasa, and I suppose I really like the harvest time in general. So you have Lunasa being the start of the harvest, and then Samhain being the end of the harvest. I really like just that time in general. So if I had to pick, it would be Samhain, and then Lunasa is a very close second. Thank you very much for that question, Sean. That was a very tough to answer question. I was thinking about that for a while, for the last 2 weeks, while I've been procrastinating sitting down to actually record this video. Not really procrastinating, I just was trying to find the time when I was supposed to be doing other things, like writing my thesis proposal. So the next question I'm going to answer is something that a lot of people have been asking me, and I have answered it fully for some... Ow. I was fidgeting with the go-go, the bobbin, hair tie, whatever you call it. I call it a go-go. And I just hit myself with it, so I'm going to stop doing that. A question that a lot of people have asked me, and I haven't answered fully to some people. I've been kind of vague when I've been answering it, and I will continue to be vague because I'm keeping these cards very close to my chest until the project is done. But a lot of people have been asking me what I am doing for my MA thesis. So as I've mentioned on a few different videos, and as you might be aware, you might not be aware, I am doing an MA master's degree in Irish regional history. And part of that is writing a 25,000 word thesis. So my thesis topic is something I'm very, very excited about. And it's not something, particularly with the angle I'm looking at, with the specific niche that I'm looking at, is not something that's really been explored in either historiography or general academia that I've been able to find. And I want to keep it that way until I'm finished my project. So I'm not going to say exactly what the topic is, but for my thesis, I will be looking at 19th century Ireland, because that is a particularly interesting time for Irish history. You have in the 1800s, you had on Garth Moor, the Great Hunger. You have a lot of different things happening. You have a lot of rebellion, and you have a lot of emigration. There's a lot going on socially, culturally, historically. So I will be looking at that as my time period, and I will also be looking at the role of women and gender studies, essentially. So I'll be looking at that, and there will be a little bit of magic sprinkled on top, because if anybody knows me, and as you've probably gathered if you've watched the videos on this channel for a while, I like looking at women in history. I like magic and folklore and folk practice. So that's what I'm going to be looking at, that Venn diagram of 19th century history, land ownership, and gender studies. As I said, I have told a couple of people what exactly I'm doing, but there is this kind of fear in academia when you're doing this kind of research, and particularly when you've found a really interesting niche, that you don't want anybody else to look at it until you've done your project. So I'm going to be not sharing a lot of that quite just yet. When I'm a bit more into the project, I probably will. Also, on one of my coffee membership tiers, there is a thesis vlog that is exclusive thesis vlog, which may be released here on YouTube, on the YouTube channel, at some point in the future, but for the moment it's just for the coffee contributors, and even they're not getting the exact thesis topic that I'm doing. I'm still being very vague, a little less vague, but I'm still being very vague over there. So I'm going to stop being cryptic now and move on to talking a little bit about the updates for the channel. So I'm just going to try my best to put out consistent content. I think I was having a really good run at it there for a while, and then I was very sick for 2.5 weeks, like very, very sick, to the point where I thought I had COVID, and I didn't have COVID. So I'm just going to really try my hardest to get out at least one video a week. If I can get a second video out, I'll be doing really, really well. And I'm going to try and batch some of the content, as I said, to get that out while I'm still on holidays, so I'll schedule releases. And then when I come back from holidays, I don't have, aside from my full-time job, I don't have a lot going on during the week. I'm doing a bit of volunteering for different things. I will have some fun events and stuff coming up over the summer as well that I am just trying to finalize details on before I announce them. But again, if you're following me on my other social media channels, you'll be able to follow along there and you'll see the announcements when I have them, when I have more information. For the moment, I am focusing on getting content ready to release, and it will be some of the similar content that I've been doing. The Dukas dive videos seem to be a really good hit as well, so I'll be doing more videos on using archives and different archives that are available online, more Gaeilge Gasta, and obviously more folklore and history as well. So if this is your first video that you're seeing in the channel and you've made it this far, hi, this is not my usual type of content. I will do one of these videos every so often just to kind of check in and say hi and answer questions. And I will have some live streams coming up. There was a couple of people on the Dukas dive video that really expressed an interest in coming along to a live Dukas dive, so I will be streaming at some point in the coming weeks with that as well before I go on holidays. For the time being, Sinead, that is it. Gur míle maith as teacht. Thank you for coming, and slán go fóill. See you soon. Also just doing some quick editing on this video just after recording it, and I noticed you can see this in the background, so there might be some questions. So this is various parts of a 3D printed crow. So there's the little feet, and this is the main body and the tail, and this is the head I need to put together. So I do need to put this together. My husband recently got a 3D printer and he said, do you want anything printed? Like, would you like anything? And I really wanted a crow for my altar for reasons. And I was like, yeah, crow. And I was just thinking like a small little crow statue, just, you know, just a small cute crow statue. No. I don't think he checked the proportions before he printed it. So I have a full-size crow, maybe bigger than a full-size crow statue to put together. So that might be done on the craft stream at some point. So just in case you were wondering what that was in the background there, it's a 3D printed crow.